Alright, so here's where they would log in. In this case, it would where anybody would log in, but really Ann's position is the person log in here. So they can import the products, see the products that are there, see the imputation projects. So each of those sets of 100 or 130 items, and then the different scores. So first we'll show you the import products screen. So there was a is it TXT or zip?
It's an Excel spreadsheet that gets the products, but we just converted to a CSV here. Basically into the DB right now. I'm just going to show how it. Well, down here you can see that's just debug stuff. We'll get rid of that. But this, you can see it just instantly scores it automatically based on the data.
Okay.
So that process used to be Ann emailing Val uploading it to his system, getting the score, converting it, and sending the files back to Ann.
Yes.
There you go. You get all those scores immediately. Gives you the odd key, the new val, and then we do a bunch of other stuff with this afterwards. So I should take them through. So if you go to like products, you can see all the different products. You can sort by the score if you want to see what's terrible or what's good.
Yeah.
Go into the item.
How can you have a score of greater than 101, 100?
That was just
That's one of ours.
system.
Oh, okay. All right.
So this is all the fields of data that are in each item. So if they wanted to, just check what's in there, they can do that. Then if we go back, we can select different items to compare. So if we select these two items and then hit compare, you can see the two items. We've highlighted the differences between the two. So any field values that are different would be in here. So if there were two peanut butter scores that were similar, you'd expect to see just a few different items in here. But then you can also select only the scoring nutrients, which are the only ones that are used for the new val score.
Very nice. Very nice.
Or you can select only the differences. So those are the only differences between them. So all that work that they did in the business analysis to show, to try to find what was different, is right here, and then show them the change. So then, if you want to change it, just to adjust the score, you just change it right here.
Yeah.
And it changes that new val score up at the top, real time.
Now, a question for you: we keeping a transaction log of the old number that we're changing it?
Here you can see it says original value.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Just for strictly comparison and testing purposes, if you were to change this here, it's not going to save it to the database with that new value. We could do that, but in the business review process, I don't think that they ever actually changed it and saved it.
Oh, really? Okay, that's a question to ask. I don't know. You probably know that. I don't know.
I mean, we could, it would be very easy to just make this so that it saves whatever value you put in and save the original value. That's no problem.
Okay.
Like if I was to change this back to exactly the original value, it'll change the score back to what it was.
Okay.
That score goes back up to 35.
All right, so go back up to the top here. Then we also have the imputation projects. So these are this would be if Ann had done 30 at a time or whatever, 30 different projects. They would come in here, and then you'd be able to go over to the column and find out what products were in that project. It gives you again the key score and the new val score.
Some of these are just the example ones that they gave us. Once we get more data from them, we'll be able to really import, all of the different projects that they had.
Yes. And did we? This is a question. Did they send us the 59,000 products that are already been scored?
No, we haven't gotten those yet.
Okay.
But we probably should.
Right. Because I think Todd asked me that the other day, and I didn't know whether we had it or not. Okay. But, you know, he wanted to know that we were going to get it into our database, right? So, which we are, right?
So for the first part of this, you know, we've got everything. Really, we just have to do what's the workflow piece, and Travis is going to work with Ann and record all that. Ann is training a new person, so Travis is going to record all that so we have it, and then also ask questions. So we've got that done, and then, you know, we should have that done, well, it depends on how much we get done today, and then next week we have the short week, so that we're not sure, but shortly after that we should be all done with it.
Okay.
So
now give me, so I have a better understanding or more concise understanding on the training that you just said that Ian's doing. What are you going to be picking up logic-wise from that?
We're gonna record the entire process.
I'm going to get an actual video of Ann's process that she uses when she does the importing.
Okay. And why do we have to do that? I'm sorry.
So we can document the process. It's part of the scope. Part of the scope.
Okay. And is it because we're going to do the process differently?
It was, you know, the original part of the process was the project was to document what, you know, what Kim's code did.
Yep.
How that went through the NCC software, how it came out.
Yep.
And how it goes into this. So they need documentation to show what that process is. And once that's done, this whole project is done.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Like, see, this one I'm comparing two products that are very, very similar, and they both have the same score.
Yep.
Their vitamin A is slightly different, and you can see that here reflected.
Oh, this is a good one to show as a demo.
Right.
Wow, this, you know,
Products.
you know, it'd be nice if we, you know, like you said, if we had two yogurts, right?
Right.
With two different scores, and just because they should have common ingredient, and just show the differences, right? Yeah, and that. Oh wow. Okay.
Actually, I think this should be configured to allow more than two as well.
Yeah, he mentioned that when I was on the phone the other day, Travis, and.
Yeah, you can throw in as many products into the compare as you want. It just depended on your decision.
See, one of the things that I asked Travis about, and then it was complicated by the fact that we can see more than just comparing two, is to use a gadget in such a way that, you know how you have two that are different scores, like the first one, you know, oh, here's one. If you look at, or even the one where it says potassium, right?
Okay, yep.
152 versus 362.
Yep.
You know, that's like 100% difference, right? And I was looking for maybe a gadget that would show a percentage difference from the column A to column B.
Unfortunately, that doesn't help you because sometimes more vitamin A increases the Nuval score, and sometimes more vitamin A decreases it.
Yeah.
The percentage difference doesn't matter. It's how they relate to each other. So this thing is pretty complicated, actually.
Okay, all right.
We were looking at some of their math. I mean, generally speaking, if you would think that if you increase the fat on something, the score should go down. But it's in relation to the other items that are in the product. So I could increase the fat on something, and the score would actually go up.
Okay. Well, it's not a question of whether it goes up or not. It's just like if I was doing a review, let's say only, 10 of these things were different, but I see what you're saying, but the percentages were nominal, 5 and 10% differences versus 100% differences or 200% differences. I might want, if I was an analyst, I might want to concentrate on the ones that have potassium 100% difference versus salt that's only 2%.
Yeah,